Welcome to TestTube, a place where we can share our knowledge through short videos. Even you can contribute to us by making a small video of any problem that you face in your life and how you have solved it. The video can be as short and as simple as possible, and you upload it in your Google Drive and share that link to us through that email that is shown over in this video. This way we can build a rich library having solution to any problem that anybody could possibly face in their life, and they can find a solution over here in this comment space. And by the way, the video will be uploaded with your name on it so that you can have all the credit for this. Thank In this video we are going to discuss why do we need Java for Selenium. So in order to discuss that, first of all, we have to understand the Selenium architecture. So once we understand the Selenium architecture, then we will clearly understand why do we need Java for Selenium. Alright, so now let us see that. We are going to see Selenium architecture. So what does Selenium consists of mainly is Selenium client libraries. So before go to that, first of all let us understand what is Selenium for. So Selenium is for to automate the test cases uh, that are run on applications, and those applications are launched by web browsers. So in other words, what Selenium does is Selenium automate the web applications that are run on browsers. So what are the actions you do on the browsers can be automated using Selenium. So we have these set of browsers, only few of them: Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, and HTML. So these are the some of the browsers that are used to launch the applications, and we can do a lot of things in the applications once we launch it. So what does Selenium do is Selenium automate the actions that are occurring on the applications through these browsers. That's what Selenium does. Now let us see what Selenium architecture consists of. So Selenium architecture mainly consists of the Selenium client libraries, and these libraries are written in Java, Python, Ruby, C Sharp, and etc. Few more languages that Selenium is supported. Alright, so this is the core part of Selenium architecture. Now we have something called web drivers. So these web drivers are basically designed to interact these browsers. So these web drivers are going to get instructions from the methods, interfaces, and classes and abstracts, whichever are a part of Selenium client libraries. So that way, uh, the Selenium libraries, the instructions which are written based on Selenium library methods and classes are transferred to web drivers, or in other words are going to instruct the web drivers in the form of JSON protocols. So this is the communication mode between the Selenium libraries and the web drivers, and in turn the web drivers are going to talk the actual browsers via HTTP over HTTP server. So we have respective web drivers for the browsers. So we have Chrome driver, Firefox driver, etc. Opera driver respectively for Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and the HTML unit browsers. So using these drivers, we can deliver actions such as clicking a button, or clicking mm, an image or link, etc. Entering some text into edit boxes, selecting from the list, and etc. So these actions will be delivered on the applications which are launched by the browsers by instructing commands from the Selenium client libraries, which are having those definitions of the commands through web drivers. And the communication mode between these is This is JSON over here between these two parts, and this is HTTP over HTTP server between web drivers and browsers. So that's clear. So this is the complete Selenium architecture, uh, which we are seeing it here. Now the question comes, okay, we have Selenium client libraries, and we have web drivers, and web drivers are instructing browsers to deliver certain actions. Thus, we can achieve automation. But who is going to trigger this? Because uh, there needs to be something that triggers these actions, right? We understand all these are connected, but where is the trigger point? So now it comes the trigger point. The trigger point is the tester or automation test engineer, whoever it is. So somebody who want to use uh, Selenium to automate their applications, which will support different browsers. So that person is going to trigger this. So what uh, this programmer or automation testing engineer does is he will give specific instructions. So these instructions are defined by a set of rules, and he will deliver. I mean, he wanted to deliver some actions on the application. So that's what this automation test engineers are going to do it, and they are going to automate it. Fine. So now we know there is somebody who is going to trigger these actions, and those actions can be automated and run whenever they need it on the web browsers which are launched, which are launching the applications we wanted to test. Now this is clear. Okay. But the real question comes, how the automation test engineer is going to instruct it, because physically he can't touch the library, and he can trigger an action which will be triggered from here, which will trigger in turn the web drivers, and in turn the application. So this doesn't happen physically, right? So they need a medium to communicate. So programmer need a medium to invoke something to the client libraries, which will result in some actions on the applications launched on the browsers, right? That medium is nothing but a language. So the language can be anything. And we have, as we see, we have wide supported libraries in different languages. So similarly, we have wide variety of languages which can be used in order to program, in order to write a code, uh, which can invoke certain actions through these different libraries which are supported by Selenium. So we can write a program in Java, Python, Ruby, C Sharp, etc., which will in turn invoke uh, certain methods or actions classes which are defined in the client libraries, respectively Java libraries, Python libraries, Ruby libraries, C Sharp libraries. So that's why we need a medium or language in order to connect, in order to trigger the actions on the applications. So that is why we need Java. So it's not Java. Exactly what do we need is we need a language to communicate. But here we are discussing about Java. That's why we are saying that we need Java to learn Selenium and implement the automation using Selenium set of tools, right? So now we understand why do we need Java to learn Selenium. So in the upcoming tutorials, we will see the basic concepts of Java. And if you wanted to see what in Java is needed to learn Selenium, you can watch my other video, which will explain like how much Java is just enough to learn Selenium. So there I have explained the syllabus of the topics which we are going to cover in the upcoming tutorials. So thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe if you like the videos, and you can contribute as well. Um, there is one small audio clip played after this one, which will let you know how, how you can join me in this program. Okay, thank you.
If you have any videos like this, please upload them in your Google Drive and share that link to us in that email given over here so that we can upload it for you with your name on it. and that way we can build a common repository where anybody can find solution to the problems which they are facing. Thanks for your support, and please subscribe to this channel if you wanted to see more videos like this. Bye.